Flowers open when they feel the sunlight. Moonrise, tide change right before our eyes. Caressing but softly, you place your lips on my lips. We're each other's eyes. Our feelings, they go deep, deeper than the touching, deeper than the ocean. So we ain't never rushing through our days or our nights. Ain't no repercussions. Never getting enough, I'm only for your consumption. Always rain the most in April. Every scale needs to be stable. Earth keeps spinning around. We're breathing, so thankful. My love for you's habitual, yeah. So guys, I'm gonna do this video. Forget what just happened. Alright, I had a moment. But in this video, we're going to do this on relationships. That's a key factor of what we're going to talk about in this video, is relationships. And in my opinion, there's a lot of people, especially you younger folks out there right now, what you guys have to understand, and even for a lot of people that might be on a little bit of the older side, it honestly does not matter what age you are. I believe everybody should just forget about relationships. It doesn't mean you're never going to get in one. It doesn't mean anything could happen at any time. So for me, telling you guys to forget about relationships, it doesn't mean all hope is lost. It doesn't mean you're never going to end up in one maybe fucking next week. You know what I'm saying? I just mean forget about wanting so badly a relationship. Let it go. Focus on yourself. Do what you got to do to level up, get better, get happier within yourself. Because whenever you do this, that's when something is going to happen out of absolutely nowhere at any age. If I could tell my younger self anything, this is exactly what I would tell myself, because I was so concerned. I was so worried about relationships. I literally to this day feel stupid how my mindset was whenever I was like 19, 20, 21 years old. Because I didn't see how this world was going to go, but it went this way. The world is what it is. And we have to accept that. I was so caught up whenever I was younger of, I want this relationship. I want the relationship I deserve. I should be in this relationship. This should be me. I should have this person. It should be us. Why is it not like this right now? Even though I still was in like connections and relationships, like at the age of 19, 20, 21, the fact of the matter is it didn't work out. And that's whenever I was having these thoughts like, what the hell? People around that age don't know what the fuck they are doing. Okay? There are people in their late 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s that don't know what the fuck they are doing. Okay? They don't know. That's why you can't sit around thinking, I want this relationship. I want a relationship. That's all I want. The only thing you should want is to be happier within yourself. Because you can't depend on somebody else to give that to you. You can't do it. People are going to come. People are going to go. People will fuck up on you and regret it later. There's all sorts of things that's going to happen, but one thing is for sure. You got you for the rest of your goddamn life. Who is going to make you happier than yourself? Nobody. Not your best mate, not your best pal, not your mother, not your father, not a relationship partner, that's for fucking sure. It's you. You focus on yourself. You do the things that you want to do. And time is going to pass. And whatever is meant to happen is going to happen. You're not missing out on shit. Nobody is missing out on anything. Most of this world is actually single today. Majority of this population is single. This is the day and age we're living in. I see it only getting more like this. And even though there's a lot of people also together today, doesn't mean they're going to be together forever. This society that we're living in, it's so untrustworthy. It's so, you know, people get bored. People see how much is out there, how many options is out there. You're going to get left like it's nothing. There's people in relationships right now that I know for a fact it is not going to last. I just know it. I see who's together. I see who the people are. And I see one person extremely, extremely let down when it's all said and done from this relationship. You see it all the time. You just gotta, you gotta feel for these types of people, because I used to be one of those people. I was always in a relationship. I always had somebody. I always had some smoking hot girl in a relationship with her, or had some sort of something going on with her. Little did I know that shit just goes like this, you know? That's why I want you guys to forget about relationships. It doesn't mean you're never going to be in one, like I said. Because, like I mentioned in the video just a second ago, like, I wish I could have told my younger self this, because it would have helped me a lot, because I spent years literally thinking about it way too fucking much. Like, way too much. Thinking that this is it, this is going to be it, this is going to be my year. A year passes, another year passes, and it's like, what the hell? And it doesn't mean I wasn't focused on myself and I was still doing the right things and was doing good things, because I was. But I was still wanting that in the back of my mind for years. So what I say about that is completely let go. Don't try to impress nobody besides yourself. Do what you're going to do. The rest is going to fall into place. It's going to be what it's going to be. Even if you get into something else, if something happens with somebody, because this shit happens all the time to me. Somebody always appears out of nowhere. Another girl appears out of nowhere. I take all of that with a grain of salt. I don't care who it is. I take every bit of that as a grain of salt. I just don't care anymore at all, because I used to care too much. And that's what happens when life shows you the truth of so many situations. You start to get, okay, gotcha, this is what it is. And with me, I love to figure shit out. I figured it out. And I'm telling you guys now, this is how it is, whether you want to think it or not. Even if you got a girl, it's not guaranteed. Even if you got a girl, she makes you happy, you make her happy, you feel like this is it. You feel like this is for sure meant to be. Like, we're perfect for each other. Anything can happen at any time. I ain't saying this to give anybody trust issues, it's just the truth. This is the harsh reality of the world we're living in today. Look what some of the shit that happened to me. I was talking to a girl and everything was going perfect for a fucking year. For a full fucking year. The day before it ended, everything was perfect. On that day, when she woke up, she decided she wanted to cut it off. Wasn't disrespectful. And this is one of my last ones. Wasn't disrespectful about it. Respectfully cut me off, but it was still very disappointing. And I wasn't even mad at her. I was just super disappointed from what just happened. I just wasted a year. I invested myself and my time into this person. She even invested time into me. It was perfect. I liked her. She liked me. She still liked me when she ended it. That's how crazy this shit is. And that's what happens. It can happen to anybody, like I said, at any time. That's why you can't let anybody get in your head. You can't let anybody get too far into your head. It's a bad place. You have to continue to be you. You have to continue to do things that actually make you happy. Because as long as you're doing this, it doesn't matter who comes in your life. It doesn't matter who's in your life and leaves, because you're still doing things that are making you happy. You're still going to have your happiness. Life sucks a lot whenever you start, when you have somebody you like a lot in your life and you stop doing a lot of things that you liked to please this person or impress this person or do over the top things for this person. Then they leave and now you hate your life, because that's just how it goes. You're not focused on yourself no more. You lost your identity. You lost a lot of shit. And it's a very painful experience to go through. That's why you learn from these situations and you continue to move forward like a fucking samurai. And you go through life like a hot knife through butter. And you just slice your way, slice and dice. You do what you want to do. Fuck the rest of them. Fuck them. Every last one of them. And always remember this. When somebody comes into your life, they always have an intention. It's either good or it's bad. And somebody can come into your life for such a long time, and it might look like good intentions, but the end result is fucking horrific. Horrifying. Right? Now you know the truth. Do you give this person another chance? No, you do not. You've seen what you've seen. You've been through what you've been through. You dealt with what you've dealt with. Now you have trust issues. And you know what? After all the shit that's happened to me in the past, I honestly don't have trust issues to this day. I can talk to anybody. I give a lot of people chances. I give a lot of people shots. I'm not closed off. I'm open. I'm completely open all the time. But I'm not thinking all the time about relationships. I'm not waking up every day and thinking about a fucking relationship. I should be in a relationship. I should have my relationship. I never fucking think about that dumbass shit. Because it's going to happen when it's going to happen. And if it doesn't, it fucking doesn't. You know what I mean? And there's so many options out there. There's an unlimited amount of options out there. I come from a small ass place and I have a shitload of options. A lot of people here have a lot of options. And it's a small place. Imagine somewhere else. Could you imagine? That's what I'm saying, right? So, at the end of the day, relationships don't matter, and it does not do you any good sitting around, standing around, wandering in your mind everywhere you go about a fucking relationship, because some people literally think like this all the time. Some people develop the mindset to actually want a relationship, which I get it. I get that. But you can't let that consume you. You can't let that take up too much of your headspace, because you still have to live your life. You still have to do the things you want to do. And this may sound like this is going to keep you away from a relationship. It is not true. Because usually when you do these things, you end up finding a person in the midst of what you're doing. Some people might think you're way too busy for a relationship. It is not true. When the right thing comes along, the right thing comes along. Now you make time for this relationship, for what makes sense, and you weren't, like I said, you weren't standing around thinking about it, because it never happens when you do that dumbass shit. Just don't think about it, and it's going to happen out of nowhere. Girls appear out of nowhere. If you're a girl, guys appear out of nowhere. One after the other, one after the other, one after the other. This one doesn't work, here's another one. Just keep doing your thing. Don't get too caught up into one thing or something like this, because there are plenty of fish in the sea. Point blank period. Right? Right. So that's the video for this one, guys, and I got another topic to do, so I'm gonna get to that one. And don't mind the introduction to this video. I was just screwing around completely, so it's just a song. Just a song. But anyways, I'll be back.